Insight number 2. And oh my gosh, this is an amazing one. This insight is brought to you today by one of my all-time favorite and most impactful mentors I've ever had. And she's a personal friend of mine. I've been able to work with her and her staff. What an honor, what a privilege to know her in person. She was the most featured speaker on the viral hit movie The Secret. And she's been featured on Oprah Winfrey, Larry King, The Today Show. It's Lisa Nichols, and she's one of the world's finest motivational, transformational coaches, right up next to people like Tony Robbins and Les Brown. Lisa Nichols stands alone, really, in the way that she's able to make such an impact on the world. And so this insight is from her. Shh, don't tell anybody, it's a secret. The law of attraction, right? The law of attraction. And maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it's definitely a big insight, and that's why I have to go over it on these 7 insights. I could have skipped by this one, but it's a huge one, and if you miss this, it's a foundational understanding. Once you get this, it changes everything in your life. And I'm also going to dispel some myths and some misunderstandings and some common ways that people kind of debate the secret or the law of attraction, and they say, oh, well, that's just a bunch of baloney, that's just a bunch of woo-woo stuff. I'm also going to get into why it's not. So when Lisa was on Larry King, he asked her, is this just snake oil? Is this just fluff? What is this? And is it just giving people false hope? And Lisa's answer to that was, she said, when we empower individuals to take their life into their own hands, well, that's new. And some people, that's a big pill to swallow. And so, yeah, you're going to get some pushback. You're going to get some doubters. You're going to get some people that want to stay with the status quo of their life in a box. Because once you realize that you can live outside of that box and you can create your own world, that can be a scary thing for some people. And some people are just much more comfortable marching to the beat of what's the song that's been chosen for them, instead of creating their new patterns or marching to the beat of a different drummer. So the secret, the law of attraction, is about what you think about becomes your life. What you resonate with attracts into your life. And here's what I mean. So, and here's something that's important. If you think about debt, right? I don't want debt. I don't want debt. You're going to attract debt. If you say, I want wealth, or even I don't want wealth, I don't want wealth, you're going to attract wealth. Because the subconscious mind doesn't think in terms of positive or negative. It just sees the item that you are focusing on. In this case, debt or wealth, right? So if you're focused on wealth, your mind is going to go into a wealth creation type of a mode, and the universe is going to align with that. Okay, so however you want to think of it, that's the way it works. And you magnetically attract the things that you start to think about. For example, here's how the secret worked in my life. When I was about 21 years old, I was feeling kind of insufficient in my life. I felt like I needed to gain respect for myself and respect in my world from others. And I didn't have a means of doing that, and I envisioned myself as a black belt martial artist, bowing to my students and teaching my students and giving me respect and me giving respect back, and me getting respect from my peers and my family and most importantly myself. And I visualized that. I had never taken a martial arts class. I've only seen it in the movies. I didn't know what to expect, but I visualized myself and I created a mental movie, and I played that mental movie over and over to where I was that black belt martial artist already in my mind. And by the time I found a martial arts studio and I signed up and I started training from white belt to yellow belt to orange belt to green belt, all the way up through the ranks to brown to red with the black stripe to black belt to second degree black belt. All along that line, I had already made up in my mind, and I already was a black belt. So at that point it was easy because I was just taking the actions of the world that I've already created in my mind. That's what the law of attraction does. And if you can create a solid vision and have complete faith that you're already there, that's the trick, you're already there, then you'll resonate with the actions that it takes to get there. And it does take action. A lot of people are like, oh, can I just think of $1 million and snap my fingers and get $1 million? Of course not. But if you think of $1 million and you're constantly in wealth creation mindset, and you have a vision board with money symbols and things that you want to attract, like a house or a car or whatever it is, or ways to give back to nonprofits or whatever it is for you, and then you have a vision, and you have affirmations, and everything that you think about and everything that you feel. See, that's a big part of it. It's not just what you think about, you have to feel it. The language of the subconscious mind is images and feelings. If you can link the two of those, bring them together, you'll start to resonate with where you want to go, and you will create your life, your ideal life, if you do it on purpose. So that's what I did first. I became a second-degree black belt. Then I said, oh, what else is possible? Then I created a business with no business degree, no college degree. I created a business from scratch with no business skills, my own personal training business. Then it became a big boot camp business with several locations. And now we're in 14 countries all over the world. And I'm a best-selling author. Oh yeah, that's another one. I wanted to get a book out. And I was frustrated. I couldn't do it until I started to visualize. I used the law of attraction to put this book together and get it out into the world. I became an international best-selling author as a result of that. So think of the things that you've been attracting into your life, good or bad, because I've attracted bad too. I've attracted, in the past, I've attracted bad relationships. I've attracted harmful situations in my life, and it all comes down to you. And that's the thing. Responsibility of your life, once you understand the law of attraction, is all on you. We have the right to an abundant life. Doesn't that feel so much better than living in fear and doubt and scarcity? What if you thought that anything you wanted you can have? Travel, relationship, inner peace, whatever education you wanted, whatever house you wanted, whatever car you wanted, just sky is the limit. What if you can really live like that? You know, there's two lies that you can tell yourself. One lie is an empowering lie, and one lie is a disempowering lie. They're both lies. By lies, I mean just different versions of a perspective. What's the truth is not a perspective. It's reality. So you pick your reality.